Why do musicians fail? Today I want to talk about 5 reasons why I think musicians, composers, and producers won't make it in today's industry. What's up, everybody? My name is Lennon with soundandpatternsmusic.com. I am a composer, producer, and musician. I've had the great fortune of being on a few Billboard Top 200 records and working with a lot of fun artists and doing some cool stuff in my career. The reason I started this channel was to document my own process more and then hopefully share some things with you that might be able to help you along in your career, no matter where you're at. If you dig this style of content, please consider subscribing, hit that little notification bell there, and that'll keep you updated when I release further videos. So currently, I fully make my living as a composer, producer, and musician. I've really hedged my bets on all 3 of those things to be able to sustainably cover the income for my family and myself. But over the time that I've spent continuing to hone in on my talents and my gifts, just my skill sets in general, the more I've learned a few things about what doesn't work in this industry. And I want to count these down from not so bad to like the worst that I feel like people end up failing in this industry. Number 5 is apathy. I feel like a lot of people are just apathetic about their career. Well, I'm doing some work, I'm writing some songs, I'm putting some things on Facebook. I mean, that's not enough. Let's be real. If you are just doing the bare minimum of what you feel like needs to be done in your career path, then you're not doing enough. That, my friends, is apathy. I hate to say it, but if you're not putting forth 120% of your effort to make your career happen, you are being apathetic. And I know that that can be hard to hear, and I know you probably already know that. You may not even need me to say that out loud, but it is true. If you're not putting all the effort in, then you're not going to get the returns, okay? The old saying, you get what you put into it, is so true, and it's cliche because it's true. Now, this is something that I suffered from a lot, so I would always complain about not having enough time, not having enough hours in the day to get the things done. I have 2 kids at home, a wife that's pursuing a career in art, and so I got to make time for her by taking care of the kids, all these other things. And, you know, the truth was I was complaining about it, but I wasn't taking any action to fix it. So I did the math and I realized that if I got up at 5 a.m. every morning, that gives me almost an extra 10 hours a week. So I myself am apathetic. I tend to complain about things before actually taking action. And sometimes it takes going out and actually writing down what your problems are and then looking at possible solutions. Honestly, choking back your own laziness and just pushing forward and saying, I'm going to try this for 90 days and see what happens. If I see results, then it was worth it. If not, I can always go back to sleeping in. I mean, that's not a problem. I will do that if it doesn't work. But so far it's working. So number 5 is apathy. Number 4 is your community. The saying goes that you yourself are a combination of the 5 people that you hang around the most. I want you to ask yourself, who are you hanging around? Are they pursuing their careers with their full effort? Are they thinking way outside what they feel the realm of possibility is for them? Are they really trying to produce goals that are beyond the average thinker? If not, you probably want to start looking for different people to hang around. And I'm not saying you need to ditch these people, but I am saying that in regards to your business, your well-being, your engagement and inspiration, having people around you that are better than you, that really want to pursue things at a high level is so important, because that, my friends, is what really truly inspires you. You have to look for those people around you that are going to push you forward in every way possible. And in the same breath, as you're developing a community that sets a higher standard, you then will start to set a higher standard, and other people will want to be around you because you're setting a higher standard for yourself. And that is an amazing thing. So number 4, check out your community. Think about the people that you're around all the time and what they're bringing to the table, not only for you, but for themselves, okay? Number 3 is your brand. Now, you've heard it 1,000 times. As a producer, musician, composer, you yourself are your brand. Now, this was a big one for me because it felt like, how do I brand myself? And what I realized is branding myself is really about just being myself, figuring out what my strengths are, and playing those to the fullest potential. So finding out what I'm really capable of and pushing that to the 10th degree, okay? And the more that I've started to do that, the more I've realized what I'm capable of, and hopefully that will continue to increase as I move forward. So think about that as you're branding yourself. Don't think too much in the details as far as, what color scheme should I have for my Instagram profile. Yes, that's important. But you yourself, what are your strongest points? And then reverse engineer that and figure out how to pare that down to those final details. If I'm really great at photography, which I'm not, I'm going to make use of that in my branding, right? So think about what your strengths are, even outside of your composition, production world, and then use those strengths to really push your brand. Give yourself the edge that other people may not be thinking about. Okay, the number 2 reason that I feel like you may not succeed in this industry is because you're playing the old game. Okay, I see this all the time. There's so many people in this industry that are still abiding by the fact that they feel like they need a label and they need a manager, they need a booking agent, they need all these things. Yes, these things are helpful. I'm not going to lie. When I was touring, having all these things made a great difference in our approach and our reach. But if you're searching for those things, instead of focusing on what you can do to grow your business, then you're putting the cart before the horse. I mean, the thing is, you need to operate on a level that assumes that those things will never come. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go look for those things, because you should, but you need to be able to operate fully 100% on your own without those parts of the operation. When you're able to do that, let me tell you, that is when those types of people are going to want to take over your operation. Think about it this way. When Instagram was bought out by Facebook, it wasn't because Instagram was some little thing that somebody posted pictures on. It was a huge opportunity, right? It was already operating at a level that Facebook and Zuckerberg and the whole deal realized that this was going to be a real money-making opportunity. So a label, a manager, a booking agent, they also have to make money. So they want to make sure that you're putting all the effort in that you can to allow both of your businesses to grow. So they're not going to engulf your business unless your business is actually a business, right? Obviously that's extreme, but if you have to put yourself in an extreme mindset to start to get yourself moving forward, that's what I believe, that you got to put yourself in a mindset that's going to set you ahead of your competition, right? You have to do the work. You've got to put the time in. And the number 1 reason why I think people don't make it in this industry is just straight envy. I hear this all the time on a local level, okay? Such and such band gets to play this show because they're part of a clique, okay? Yeah, I mean, they're part of a clique, maybe, that's fine, but why are they part of a clique? Because they're out there networking, they're socializing, they're making friends with people, they're doing the things that they need to do to push beyond what your level is, right? You can be doing that too. It doesn't matter who you are, you're capable of that, right? And I really believe that if you're downplaying someone else or putting someone else down because of their success, I really think that's a form of envy. If you're not able to celebrate someone else's success, then you really need to evaluate what you're trying to do. Grant Cardone says success is not a commodity, okay? So make sure that you understand that as you're going into it, because someone else is succeeding doesn't mean that you can't. You just got to put the legwork in to do it. So don't be envious of other people's success. Go out there and make your own. If you're going to be envious, stop looking at what they're doing. Don't look at anybody else's approach unless it's inspiring you. Pick the ones that inspire you and move forward from there. Use those as your catalyst to make moves forward. Hey, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing. As an action step, go out and think about something that you've been doing to prevent your success. Write it down and then get rid of it. Give it 90 days. See what happens, okay? Let me know in the comments what you're getting rid of. I want to hear about it, okay? Consider subscribing. Again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.